In this video, we are going to explore the range keyword in Go. The range keyword is a powerful tool for iterating over various data structures in Go. We will learn how to use range to iterate elegantly with slices, arrays, maps, strings, and channels. Let's start with the basics of the range keyword. The basic syntax of a for loop with range is as follows. For index value range collection. Here, collection is the data structure you want to iterate over. During each iteration, the index variable will hold the index or key, and the value variable will hold the corresponding value from the collection. The range keyword returns index and value pairs. It works with multiple data types and enables clean and readable iteration. Now let's see how range works with slices and arrays. Here's an example using a slice. First, we create a slice of integers called numbers, containing the values 10, 20, and 30. Then we use a for loop with range to iterate over the slice. Inside the loop, we print the index I and the value num for each element in the slice. Here's an example using an array. We create an array of strings called fruits with a length of 3, containing the values apple and banana. Note that the third element will be an empty string. Then, we use a for loop with range to iterate over the array. We use the blank identifier underscore because we are not using index here. Inside the loop, we print the value fruit for each element in the array. Now let's explore how to use range with mats in Go. Here's an example of key value iteration. We create a map called scores, where the keys are strings representing names and the values are integers representing scores. Then, we use a for loop with range to iterate over the map. Inside the loop, we use the printf function from the FMT package to print the name and score for each key value pair in the map. Now, let's look at an example of iterating over keys only. We create a map called data, where the keys are strings and the values are integers. Then, we use a for loop with range to iterate over the map. Inside the loop, we print the key for each element in the map. Now, let's explore how to use range with strings in Go. When iterating over strings, range provides Unicode runes, which are Unicode code points, rather than just bytes. This is important for handling characters from various languages correctly. Here's an example demonstrating Unicode runes. We define a string variable called text with the value hello cirque, which includes Chinese characters. We then use a for loop with range to iterate over the string. Inside the loop, we print the index I and the rune R for each character in the string. Now let's look at an example of character processing. We define a string variable called word with the value golang. We then use a for loop with range to iterate over the string. Inside the loop, we print each character followed by a space. The output will be GOLANG. Now, let's explore how to use range with channels in Go. Channels are a way to communicate between Go routines. You can iterate over a channel using range until the channel is closed. Here's an example of channel iteration. First, we create a channel of integers called CH with a buffer size of 3. Then, we send the values 1, 2, and 3 to the channel. After sending the values, we close the channel to signal that no more values will be sent. Finally, we use a for loop with range to iterate over the channel and print each value received from the channel. Now, let's look at an example using a Go routine. We launch a new Go routine that sends the values 0 through 4 to the channel. After sending the values, the Go routine closes the channel. In the main Go routine, we use a for loop with range to iterate over the channel and print each value received from the channel. Now let's discuss some best practices for using range in Go. When you don't need the index or key, use the blank identifier underscore to discard it. This makes your code cleaner and more readable. Remember that range copies values, so if you need to modify the original slice, modify the slice elements directly using the index. Always close channels before range iteration to signal that no more values will be sent. Strings iterate over Unicode runes, not bytes. So be mindful of this when processing strings with non-ASCII characters. Here's an example of a common pattern. To skip the index when it's not needed, use the blank identifier _. To modify slice elements, iterate over the slice using the index and directly modify the elements using the index. In summary, the range keyword in Go provides a convenient way to iterate over various data structures, including slices, arrays, maps, strings, and channels. It returns index or key and value pairs for clean iteration, offering efficient and readable iteration patterns. Remember to use the blank identifier for unused values to maintain code clarity. Range provides elegant iteration across Go's core data structures, making code more readable and maintainable.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.